close the night for Order? Well, they can go from second last all the way to third. That's how close this season of APAC South has shaped up. And of course, only 2 playdays to go after this one. Nomad, not too much of a surprise to see that one banned out. But guys, it's going to be a fun ride here.
Yeah, Nomad banned off the board, interestingly enough, by Order, so that would indicate, of course, that on their defense, they're going to be playing flank heavy, and again, it's coastline, everyone runs all over the shot, so it's really not that unexpected, and I would have thought that one of these 2 teams would have taken her off the board. As for the second attack ban, it's going to be Ace, of course, plays a pivotal role in clearing drinks upstairs, can be used to open up service for a kitchen attack and other various spots, even blue bar in towards office. So a very versatile operator taken down there by QConfirm.
I'm just trying to close my Skype, not gonna lie. And before I get blasted with a call there, Val gonna be banned off as well. I think the biggest takeaway for me, this is the first time we're going to be seeing Coastline, of course, in APAC South. And so in terms of information that we can go off, or statistics, for instance, there's not really a lot to go off. I mean, the fact that Raven brought up a match from, what, November last year? Like, we're in April. Like, that's a long, long time ago, right? So I wouldn't be too surprised if we actually see some pretty surprising stuff come out in this matchup, because this is the time, guys, that if you've got any sort of secret strats, if there's anything that you have wanted to save, for example, on Coastline, now's the time to use it.
Looks like Kook will be the first site here for Order to defend. Kavira being showed here by Joker, that's a little bit peculiar. Order, yes, they're frag heavy in OCE, but they're not necessarily going to bring out crazy operators in most occasions, so I'd assume it'd be a 6-pick, and is. Actually, Mirror being brought here, of course, did sneak through the ban phase and makes quite a few of the sites play out quite differently depending on where those black mirrors are positioned. So keep an eye on him and where he elects to place those in the prep phase.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
So Order fresh off of a massive win in Playday 4. They defeated Elevate. That was the first team to do so. And, well, still the only team to do so for the team that's in first place now by their lonesome on 12 points. And so you've kind of got to back Order in to be able to get the job done against a team like QConfirm. But with Healthcare in the lineup, I mean, that alone has changed my predictions on this matchup. When we were doing it earlier this afternoon, guys, I said, if Healthcare plays, I'm tipping QConfirm. But if Healthcare wasn't to have played, I actually would have gone for Order. So it kind of highlights how close these two teams are. It also highlights how good Healthcare is. The other player I do want to mention as well is Producer Boom, had a massive impact against the Giants in Playday 4. So both teams coming up against, well, coming off big wins against big opponents, now meeting each other. It's just set up perfectly. The fact that it's Coastline as well. Strap yourselves in. This one is going to be a banger.
Sure will be. Coastline, as you mentioned, first time we're seeing it in APAC South, so the viewers at home probably haven't seen it in a little while. It's explosive as always, in fact probably more so in this new meta, which is very reliant on aggression, playing frag heavy. Jack Daddy on a roam downstairs, he's playing the Mozzie. Those pests will facilitate that and deny some of the intel that QConfirm can gather. Spectre as well, probing down below. QConfirm, though, they will not shy away from early gunfights. Order, of course, will know that. Trying to play into that.
Of course, on Coastline as well, the attacking team can really set the tempo, set the pace, how they're going to attack. And for Order, they can set their own tempo as well with how they're going to position here on Coastline. And the way that they're positioning right now already suggests that they're happy to take these engagements off-site, look to catch QConfirm with their pants down a little bit. But QConfirm, obviously, this is the sort of team that will be able to win their ones, win those engagements. And if you allow them to have any sort of semblance of ability to get close to sight, I mean, they're going to capitalize pretty quickly.
Halfway through the round, QConfirm, they've done some preliminary droning. The diffuser is in hand on the Hookah Repel, and that does suggest this is where they'll shape up the push from. Jack Daddy in the corner of Hookah was spotted out as a couple of the players now rotate over towards Aqua. Expect like Colas to have a big impact in that round, cooking the first of his 3 Candelas. He's sending those out. They might be going deep.
Still a minute on the clock, but as you said, might be looking to now push in. Like Collis just gets swung though by Cutie. Good start for Order on the board early in this first round, but as we saw in the last game by the Chiefs, round one doesn't necessarily dictate the entire match. Diffuser goes down. Joker should be able to get Roldini, who snuck in, got that plant down, tried to get out, but is unsuccessful. +2 now for Order here on the defense as they look for the retake. Producer, though, over at Ruins is able to get one back, and Healthcare, too, on the kill feed is just lighting up red, guys, or orange, I guess. 3 versus 2 now. Order just letting this slip away as Cutie is down. Oh, what a show from Producer. Boom.
It's not often you're seeing competitive Siege, a player posted outside in Ruins, actually getting to work. An unusual strategy at that, but it pays dividends. Of course, with the MK14, you can rock the long-range sight, get a nice deep angle in towards the site. Abused there by QConfirm. Of course, I guess more broadly, we do expect Coastline to be pretty attacker-sided. Not sure exactly what the pass rate we're looking at here. Again, not knowing, or not having many statistics to go off. I would assume, again, it'd be probably a case of a 4-2 half would be the pass rate for the defense, but who knows just how attacker-side this could get.
I don't even know if you can speak of such things, pass rates. You've just got to take one round as it comes. Each time, each round, it's going to play out. Well, you would assume differently. You would hope differently, especially on a map like Coastline. Less structured compared to some of the more conventional maps. We head down to Service, second round. Good start for QConfirm. I don't think Order looks too bad in that round either. They were able to get a few frags pretty quickly after the diffuser was planted. They had a 5-on-3 advantage. But in hindsight, guys, it was always going to be difficult to deal with Producer in Ruins.
Rotation over towards Kitchen. Cutie on this occasion jumping across onto the Maestro. Use those Evil Eyes to gather additional intel.
5 seconds remaining.
Roldini with a sneaky drone in towards site.
Attackers are heading out.
Don't know if that was taken out in the end. I don't think so. So, cheeky little piece of intel. What was that explosion? Is that Vert above, maybe here from Order? They're playing inside of VIP? That might be the case. Of course, a line of sight towards the kitchen window. And if that's facilitated by a roam, that could be a strong foothold.
We saw QConfirm look to go in pretty early last round. Not sure if they're going to have the exact same sort of playstyle second go around like Ollis on the Monty. Trying to just push in through Sunrise and just force that player back. Either up Cool Vibes or back into Kitchen. Looks like it is going to be back up through Cool Vibes. And like Hollis could just sit there now as a walking sentry, giving off a lot of information.
Player on Cool Vibes, holding that cross, locking out the 2 players inside of Red Bar. Wow, Roldini actually lights up Specker there on the pre-fire, who backs off towards Ops. But there we go. The player on Cool Vibes has an impact. It's 50 style to get one off screen as well. So it's a 5 versus 3, falling apart here for QConfirm. No free frags to speak of, but there is a delayed one. It's healthcare inside of Hookah.
Well, it started 5-3 as well in that last round. Didn't obviously pay dividends in the end. Producer's still alive along with healthcare. Those are the 2 players that QConfirm really want alive in the dying stages of this second round. They are going to just rotate, reposition. Minute and a half, so a lot of time. It was a pretty early engagement that played out over towards Cool Vibes. 4 versus 3. Advantage still Order. And from here, they can kind of shut up shop and really just get back on site and make it very difficult for QConfirm.
Still an opportunity here for QConfirm to bring this one back. Maybe if they try and take some vert, find a pick. Of course, it is contested and utility backing that up. So that might not be the play. Instead, we see Producer Boom outside of Service. Healthcare on the window. Roldini in Red Bar. So they're quite spread out across the map. Just trying to find a pick. Don't know where that would come from, but Producer Boom sends it deep. Keep in mind, he doesn't have the kit, but if he finds the pick here, he could find an opening for his team.
Joker's going to go down, of course. Guess who? It's healthcare. Double for the round. 30 seconds left, and all things now tied up. 3 versus 3. Order lose their advantage. Roldini gets into Kitchen. Although not for long, Ippy style still at Cool Vibes. And that's the fuser down as well with less than 20 seconds left. He's kind of back in Producer and Healthcare in this scenario, though, with 10 seconds left in the clutch, surely. But it's Ippy Style's round so far. He's got 3 kills overall. 5 seconds left, Producer versus Ippy, and they're both so low. Unfortunately, though, it's advantage Ippy Style because Producer has to get the diffuser and stick it. Ippy Style knew where it was. He's going to be able to reposition, but that plant is going to stick, and then it's going to go down. Producer, does he clutch this round somehow for QConfirm? Ippy Style in a position that Producer shouldn't have too much information on.
Neither player knows where the other's located. They hear the footsteps. Ippy Style shoots and scores. It's a quad kill for the round. He'll be able to defuse the kit. A very awkward late round, but Order managed to just edge out on top.
Yeah. As soon as he moved, though, that just gave the easy information for Ippy Style to get that kill. And of course, Producer had no health. I mean, neither of them had health really in the end. Big round win though for Order. Shaky, a little bit messy as well throughout the map as a whole in that round. But that's fine. That's kind of what you expect from Coastline guys.
Still feels to me like we haven't quite reached that crazy level of tie siege that we can often see in terms of at least the operator selections and even the play style really from QConfirm. It's been quite tame, I feel, to what is their full potential. Hasn't gone too crazy yet. I'm still waiting for the thinker to be brought out, to be honest. Might have to wait a little bit longer for that though.
It's back over to Hookah and Billiards.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Give it a second try. QConfirm winning it first time around. You'd have to imagine that Order are not going to allow Producer to make the same sort of play. And the only reason why that happens is because of that early plant from Roldini pushing in. I think it was around 1.5 minutes into the round. Planting right behind the pool table in the sight line of the window. And it was pretty much game over from that point.
I guess the main concern in that last round had Order have lost it was that they didn't really have enough intel in towards the site. They didn't know where that last player from QConfirm was located. I guess maybe on the flip side, that's actually a credit to QConfirm in clearing the intel that was set up. For example, we did see that Maestro in the previous round, so Order were not completely starved of that utility. It was just cleared out well by the attack. Something that is often overlooked on Coastline. It is easy to get caught up in the dialogue that it's just about kills, but like any map, utility and intel is really important as well.
Yeah, and it's not just about kills, right? Because you need you need certain players to be supporting those who are getting the kills. Like, you know, right now, you look at QConfirm, 4 kills Healthcare, 5 kills Producer. But Producer doesn't get those kills if Roldini isn't able to get onto site. And then who helps him get onto site? You know, it's players like Lacolis on the Yana. So it all just has this trickle-down effect that, as a team, is allowing Healthcare and is allowing Producer to get these kills, for instance. Ippy Style, maybe a little bit different, just playing really well at Cool Vibes in that second round and very much was just sort of as an impact player individually. But there are different times where players are going to get kills in a different manner. Quick early trade, not too surprising, especially in the APAC South region, guys. You kind of expect to see kills lighting up early.
Good start for Order. Man advantage, but plenty of time again for QConfirm to bring it back. It wasn't that long ago, remember, that they brought back that round to the 1 versus 1. They lost it out in the end, but it was a little bit too close for comfort for this defense. Plenty of drones still available as well for the players who are left alive. They can use those, scout out the site, work out where they want to approach from. It looks like it'll be a push down the long haul.
Nice shot from Roldini, takes out Cutie. Joker's going to get the quick trade. There should be another one to follow. In fact, no, it was Joker who got the second on the Healthcare, and Joker gets the third onto Producer. Nicely done from Joker. Order take their second round in a row, and they are looking up for the fight here on Coastline.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here from Order. Sometimes we see teams on a Coastline defense take quite a while to get themselves into the game, just due to the nature of how difficult it can be to hold out, particularly aggressive teams like QConfirm. But Order getting in their face, and critically, they're winning those opening engagements. It's all well and good to play aggressively, roam around the map, but if you're not winning those ones and denying those entries, well, you're going to put yourself on the back foot. So, Order looking very sharp as we kick things off here.
And I didn't even have time to mention in that round that the biggest thing for me was that even though Order had a 4 versus 3 advantage, because Ippy Style was the death and that Healthcare and Producer was still alive for QConfirm, I actually felt as if QConfirm were maybe in a better spot. Nonetheless, didn't play out that way. Joker proving too strong in the end. 2-1. Good start here from Order. Don't want to call it too early, though. I'm not Dev Marta. We don't go too early here, Guz.
Yep.
Good start, though, for Order, especially on the defense here on Coastline.
Good call there from the bus. Just running over every other caster. That's right. Got to bring something to the broadcast.
What sound does the bus make?
Don't know. You're the bus. What sound does the bus make?
I don't know. I haven't been on a bus in a long time.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Yeah, you drive a Lamborghini, don't you?
Discover the location of a bomb.
Definitely.
5 seconds to go.
Well, heading into round number 4, we're going to, of course, see blue bar, red bar for the first time in this matchup. So again, not really a whole lot to go off, but I'm liking again what I'm seeing from Order. A couple of players off site, they're facilitating that with operators such as the Mozzie to deny intel. Then they've got, of course, the Goyo to fall back on towards site for added protection. Ippy Style probably going to be pivotal in this round. He's holding Hookah, of course, directly above the side. If you forfeit control above on this objective, it does force you to play retake, which can be quite challenging.
Should have Jack Daddy or anyone else playing around Cool Vibes as well as just a bit of extra reinforcement. Don't want to be in a position where Ippy Style gets pinched in Hookah and eventually gets flushed out. If he dies and then they get control of Hookah with a lot of time remaining, it's not going to be a good round from Order there on out. But the way that they're positioning, they're more than happy to deny a lot of movement from QConfirm. They're around the map. They are basically playing that anti-roam game at the moment. And right now, the only round that QConfirm has actually won is a round where they didn't even have to really enter the site besides the player with the diffuser. So they've got a bit of work to do here because Order are looking pretty good. Although Ippy Style does not last very long. He is flushed out. Like Cola's getting that kill. There's a trade at least from Jack Daddy around near Cool Vibes, I would assume. That's where we last saw him. But he also is traded by Hajime. And suddenly QConfirm for the first time have got a bit of an advantage here in Coastline. 4-2 in the round. And the round itself has gotten away from Order.
Due to the nature of Coastline, rounds can quickly snowball out of control, or in your control if you're the team with the upper hand, and QConfirm displaying that quite beautifully in this round. That said, they haven't closed things out, but Order don't really have great control and a long way away from being able to retake the site. That said, Joker does sneak in, but only has the shotgun in hand, so his impact will probably be limited.
Joker goes down too easy, doesn't get the pick there. Hattie, maybe there's an opportunity to get back into the round, but now it's too much to overcome for Cutie. QConfirm tied up 2-2 here on Coastline in what could very well be a back and forth affair. Would not surprise me at all, Gus.
Ooh, it's around this time that we can start to theory if this game will go the distance, and I've got to say, it is quite neck and neck. Trading rounds on Coastline, neither team really getting a whole lot of momentum, which is probably not the most comfortable position you want to be in if you're inside the server playing for one of these teams. It is, again, one of those maps you really want to steamroll that as much as possible, but for you and I, for the viewers in chat, it keeps it nice and fresh, nice and fun.
Take your time, boys.
Yeah. We get paid by the hour? No, we don't. All right, Kitchen. Saw this in round number 2. If you cast your mind back, it filtered down to a very awkward 1 versus 1 in the end. And it was Ippy Style on screen now that was able to narrowly clutch that out. Both players were 1 HP, but he held his nerve and got that round on the board. We did see quite an extensive roam that wasn't played into, so maybe QConfirm will try and clear it on this occasion.
I'm gonna mention this now, but I'm gonna give him one more round. Specker needs to find a kill and get on the board soon, because It's been a rough couple of nights for Specker in all competitions. Fortunately, the rest of his team is kind of popping off a bit here, and they're certainly in this game.
Attackers objective.
See how he plays on the Malusi this round in Service Kitchen. QConfirm, though, they have shown us so far in this match that they're happy to push in quick, find these early kills. Hasn't always paid off. Sometimes they are the ones getting picked early, but it's that risk versus reward nature, especially on coastline when you're pushing in onto sites or pushing close by. Order with a lot of space covered here on the map so far on this east side.
Ippy style goes out the double.
Oh, he's whipped it.
Wow. That's not ideal. Like Colas capitalizes. Big opening pick here for QConfirm. It was opportunistic, really, there from Ippy style. To be honest, I don't dislike that play. If he had to hit the shot, would have put his team in a good position. And like Colas didn't seem to be, you know, totally across that. He did get caught off guard a little bit, but hit the flick, which is, of course, very important. Gives his team the edge.
I mean, I think there was a good 3 seconds or so before Lycolis really responded. It was just a straight whiff. I like it, though, from Ippy style. It's going to win them the map overall if he and they, as a team, are playing confidently and trying to do plays such as that. Cutie's going to get picked back up. Not down for the count just yet, but now very low on health here on out. Lycolis is going to have another Gemini. Just got disrupted by a nade for a second. We'll just now try and grab a bit of information. Choker from below. Here's the footsteps. Minute 20 left in the clock. Another early kill or two now on the board. And Specker is now on the board. A good trade to get as well onto Hajime. Lycolis low, and there's another death. And Specker gets a second one onto Healthcare. And the Malusi working out well for him. Order have now got the advantage in the round. And they will take the lead once again, 3-2.
And one thing we didn't really get to see right at the very end of that round, I caught out of the corner of my eye. It was actually Cutie. He was still just chilling in bedroom behind the little half wall. I don't think QConfirm had any idea he was there, and I believe he maybe only got 1 kill off it, but by that point in the round, it did set up Order to trade it out in the end, which they did. So a lot more convincing than their previous kitchen defense. And hey, it played out quite differently. Again, in that first occasion, QConfirm did not play into the roam. Round number 5 just went. They did. So that's not ideal for QConfirm. That said, they probably don't need to worry too much about that unless we go all the way to OT. So again, just put that one in the back burner, move forward, try and win this next round with a line on the board nonetheless.
The biggest thing for me in that last round is the fact that QConfirm lose that even after the let-off. I mean, it was a huge whiff from Ippy style that gave QConfirm the 5-on-4 advantage for the remainder of the round pretty early on in the round 2. And yet they still couldn't capitalize on that at all. And as soon as it sort of became go time and the fights and the engagement started to take place, they just capitulated pretty quickly. And that's a full credit to Order. They are all switched on now, including Specker. I should have just waited one more round and then I wouldn't have mentioned it at all. But he was a little slow to get off the mark. But now with those 2 kills in the back pocket, 3 now in total, they, as a team, are firing on all cylinders collectively. And that means that Order have got a huge chance of getting a win here against a very strong QConfirm team. We go to round 6. It's the final round of the half. And you mentioned before, Guz, about sort of what's the par course here. But I think a 4-2 defensive half is going to shape up to be really good for Order.
Yeah, 100%. I was also thinking a 4-2 in favor of the attack would be the expected outcome, but flip that and Order do look really good. Just piggybacking quickly off the point you were making about Specker, it wasn't that long ago, 2 nights ago, where Specker was going, I believe, 0-7 at one point, and then straight up right at the very end. So that man can definitely step it up when needed, and is doing so once again. As he said himself, the game is 95% mental, so as long as you keep mentally strong, if he does have a bit of a rough start, no reason why he can't bounce back.
And he's not wrong. I mean, and he said it himself, it's at this level, all about the mentality. Everyone in the APAC South League can certainly shoot, and they can certainly play Siege at a very high level, but gotta have that mental fortitude to be able to deal with certain situations. Sometimes you lose a round or 2 in unfortunate circumstances, and you just gotta be able to bounce back. Producer, been a little quiet since that opening round. picked up a cluster of 3 or 4 kills. Jack Dad finds the opening frag. In fact, at the minute and 45-second mark, we've just seen 3 deaths, 2 of them on the side of QConfirm. Once again, Order with an advantage. The advantage to close out the half, although it's short-lived. Healthcare gets involved, finds the kill onto Cutie over in VIP. Minute and a half in the round, and we're down to a 3 versus 3.
It really does feel like Healthcare has found himself in this matchup. His numbers might not be absolutely massive, but he is having an impact, and it's being felt by the team and, of course, their opponents in Order. That said, we find ourselves now in the 3 versus 3. QConfirm start to lay their foundations down for an execute. Again, quite split. Hajime inside of Aqua, Kit outside of Kuka. There's a fair chance they may well just util dump the side and try and send it deep.
Producer just trying to get some information down below. Jack Dad has been spotted out in Sunrise. Should be careful. 45 seconds, bit of time still left for QConfirm, but it's also at that point now where they've got to get a rig along. Healthcare with the diffuser in hand. I mean, you want Healthcare and Producer still up at this point in the game. It's good news for QConfirm that they are. Hajime as well on the Zofia. And they are going to now rotate over through Aqua, look for this plant. Ippy style, watching from Billiards. But he makes the move. He moves away. This is going to allow QConfirm to now push up. Specker does get Hajime. Healthcare's going to win that. He did get one onto Specker, but is immediately traded out by Ippy style in that new position. 2 versus 1. Not enough time here, surely. No chance. Producer in a 2 versus 1. Pinch from both sides. One in Cool Vibes. One in Aqua. It's Ippy style. It's Order in the half. 4-2.
Nice little shot there from Ippy style to close out the round, close out the half, and position his team really well. Keep in mind that, at least on the standings, if you were to go off that, QConfirm currently 3rd heading into this play day, Order 7th. So QConfirm are the favourites. They find themselves down heading into a coastline defense. Now, there is a real chance that we do see a defensive coastline game. If I cast my mind back, I could have sworn it was NAL. I can't remember who was playing, but it was actually a defensive coastline match, would you believe it? We don't see a whole lot of them, or at least historically we haven't really. Maybe that could be the case here. QConfirm could shut massively on the defense, and Order could be caught off guard. So a 4-2, whilst comfortable, they cannot afford to rest on their laurels at all.
No, they can't. And we've seen that firsthand. Play day 4 especially, whenever we saw, what was it, the 6-0 comeback on Oregon from 7th Heaven after going down 6-0. At this point in APAC South, you would be kidding yourself if you're calling a game early. Really, it's such an even competition. First to last place, 1 or 8 spot. And you look at these two teams, you mentioned QConfirm, they're in 3rd place. They should be the expected winners, but they're only 1 point above Order. Like, I understand it's like 3rd versus 2nd last, but it's 1 point differential between the two teams. And right now, as it stands on the live standings, Order are in 3rd with this current lead. So it just highlights how close these teams are, especially these two right now, the way they're playing. Can Order keep it up? They're on the attack now.
Trying to think, who should we be looking at here from QConfirm to step up? I mean, Producer Boom and Healthcare both having great games, but more often than not, especially on a frag-heavy map, you want at least 3, even 4 going quite big. As you can see on Order, almost everyone consistently fragging out, whereas on the side of QConfirm, not really the case. Roldini, he's had a little bit of a quiet one, like Colas as well. Does have a tendency to go big late round. Again, a little bit quiet. Maybe the switch to the sides, though, will facilitate their playstyle a little bit more. One thing as well to note, Healthcare did jump onto the Aruni, so we'll see those Surya Gates place it around to try and push back this attack. That said, not having a massive impact so far, as Cutie already has decent control below here inside of Sunrise, creating vert in towards Hookah. You can watch the rotate, both at the top of Cool Vibes and maybe even the one in sight, but he gets shut down. In the blink of an eye, Producer Boom finds the opening pick, and that's a good start for the defense.
Yeah, and just quickly while we have time, you mentioned Roldini. Roldini's primary goal on the attack was usually the diffuser, and that was usually his main objective was to get that diffuser down. Now on the Jaeger on the defense, I kind of expect those stats to raise a little bit, unless Producer just cleans everything up before they can even get close to sight. Good advantage for QConfirm, and a trend that we're now seeing a bit on the defense. Getting these early advantages in these rounds, getting these initial picks. Attacking teams, I know it's only one round for Order, but they're not been having the best starts into these rounds. With no trade, it's a pretty big advantage for QConfirm. Really hinders Order on the attack here with a minute left in the round. Noticeable difference between the two teams where QConfirm were way more aggressive by this point in the rounds.
Jack Daddy with the ace taken out, forced to use X-Kairos onto the wall, but that's being shut down. The player at Long Hall with nice line of sight in the exterior of that Drinks wall. There's not really much Jack Daddy can do about it. It's like Colas playing this position now, pressured from top of White Stairs. That's short-lived as well as Order progressing towards Aqua. 30 seconds left. They need to try and send it deep and deal with this planted arm.
This is where kind of you expect Healthcare to go big, and does just that with the headshot onto Ippy style from Hookah out the window. Spec up. A bit late with a breach, but there's still a bit of time, and the fact that Jack Dad has eliminated Producer, an opportunity now beckons for Order. Can they take a 5-2 lead, or is this going to be too much for them in the round? Nice swing from Healthcare. That's diffuser down. That's all the players dead. And QConfirm, they do bite back here on their first defense on Coastline, and maybe you're onto something, Guz.
Maybe.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Seconds left.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
5 seconds left.
My magnet is dropping lag.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Reloading.
Reloading! Cover me!
Loading new magazine.
Drone active. Changing mag!
Position.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Taking Gemini for a spin. Changing mag! Resetting. Reload!
I will watch over you.
Brace for it!
Defense is ready. Adding Overwatch.
Swapping mags!
Alrighty, welcome back. We're in round number 8. Minute 30 has gone. Hajime appears to be taken down. Not exactly sure how that happened, but Roldini will join him in the grave. Knocked down and finished off there by Itby Star. Leaves it in the 4 versus 3 on this blue bar and red bar defense. QConfirm now need to find themselves back in this one.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me as well is that in this round,
Have recovered their diffuser.
4 versus 3 means Order have gotten off to a good start, finding some picks early on, which has not been the case for these attacking teams on Coastline. Specker, bit of a rotation here. I'm assuming QConfirm have just sort of turtled on sight from here on out with only 45 seconds left. The fact that Order are now just getting different sight lines, different rotations in, going to deal that Sawyer gate and now make their way towards sight.
Breaching charges up.
Vert being established by the breaching charges. Not a lot of time to work with though. 30 seconds left. QD can maybe stay above and hold that Vert, but QConfirm will be looking now, of course, to rotate themselves back towards the site. Healthcare, he's in a key position to shut down this initial push.
Even if he doesn't shut it down, he's just denying so much time here. Gets a big chunk of damage onto Specker, who's holding that diffuser. The Banshee going off right now. That's slowing down Ippy's style. They are going to be able to destroy it. 7 seconds left. They find the kill. But Healthcare just pops up from behind that shield, gets the frag, and a very big one at that. 2 seconds left. Just has to hold on. He just cannot get killed here. He wins the round single-handedly for QConfirm. They tie it up 4-4.
I said it. He was a key player in that round, and he showed up when it mattered. He didn't need to get every kill. As you mentioned, Xenox, bleed time, and eventually that was the win condition for them. There were still 2 players up from Order, but they couldn't flood the site and flush him out in time. Really well played there by QConfirm. Now 4 apiece on the scoreline. Again, defensive-sided Coast. This is blowing my mind.
6-2, Guz. 6-2. 6 defensive wins, 2 attacking wins in the first 8 rounds here on Coastline is mind-boggling. It's bizarre. It's not expected. It also now puts a bit of an emphasis on Order to
Defenders, protect your bombs
up the
by
attacking
attackers.
rounds a little bit, because from both teams we haven't seen decent enough attacks to really say that Order's got an opportunity on the offense here on Coastline to come back. Now I'm starting to actually think that QConfirm's in the better position with the way that this match has been shaping up. Kitchen service for round number 9, all squared up, and the emphasis is on Order to find an attacking round win.
Just want to hone in on the mirror here a little bit. We saw Order bring it on their defense, and QConfirm not shying away from bringing her as well. Not in any sort of wild positions. That's the default one between sites. I think the second one will be placed above, and sure enough, it is. So Order, of course, facing these obstacles would have faced them before. These strategies are really nothing that new or revolutionary in that department. So it's going to come down to how efficiently they can clear that out. And I mean, all signs in the first 2 rounds have pointed towards them finding it a little bit tricky.
Just trying to think of what Order can do to establish a better offensive threat. And not so much just Order, but for both teams, QConfirm themselves lacked on the attack. If you take out that first round as well, with the producer effort from Ruins, their attack looked pretty substandard as well overall, but yet QConfirm managed to pinch 2 rounds. And that's what Order need to do. They just need to pinch 2 rounds on their attack, but they're running out of rounds to do so with QConfirm having won the last 2. Opportunity is brewing, and not a surprise to see this matchup potentially go down to the wire. EE1D is going to go out. Specker doesn't mind.
QConfirm have done a lot of barricading off site here, just to slow down the push a little bit and give sound cues to any roamers around the map. Of course, it doesn't save Producer Boom from falling first. And it's a decent foothold from Order. We saw Ippy Style in the map very, very early, and the rest of the team now has played off that. Hajime, he's deep inside, and Healthcare actually has a line of sight above. Those 2 positions alone could be very, very powerful come the late round.
Healthcare 11-4. And with Producer down, his shoulders are heavy once again because he's got the weight of a team on them. Minute left, and kind of like the last round, it feels like it's up to him to sort of stop this entry from Order. I know that there's 3 other teammates alive, but especially from this position in BIP, looking down below. He could find one. No, he just shoots out the toes of Specker. But he is making it very difficult, and like the last round, guys, is just buying time here for QConfirm.
Yeah, and he's not really under a whole lot of pressure unless Order sends someone above, maybe on the roof to clean him out. He should be able to stay alive, but no, it's if you start to find that pick, and now Hajime, he's under the pump.
Not sure exactly where Ippy got that one from, whether he rotated up or if it was from below, but this round should go the way of Order. They're up 5 versus 2. Surely they can hold on. It's going to be a retake from like Colas and Roldini. With 40 seconds, that's going to be the final E1D from Jack Dad. Now 4 versus 2. Not the most amount of time in the world here, and Ippy will get the easiest kill you'll ever see. He started the round for Order, Ippy, by at least getting rid of healthcare, and then with another big kill in the end, and Order retake the lead.
I guess now is a better opportunity than ever to talk about Ippy Style and hero him for a second. He's been putting in some really big performances in APAC South. It's probably safe to say that maybe earlier on in the year, his form was a little bit shaky, but he has found some really strong consistency over the last few weeks, often up the top in the frag department and actually having impactful frags as well. You know, sometimes occasionally players will get stats that really don't mean a whole lot if they're exit frags or baits or whatever the case may be, but it really does feel as if Ippy Style is having an impact in these matches, in this match specifically as well. If Order can jump on his shoulders a little bit and get carried through the map, well, that might be what they need.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and I think Ippy Style, from an individual standpoint, as you said, inconsistent, but to a degree, Order themselves as a team have at times been inconsistent, so that probably plays a part in that, but standing up big individually at the moment is, of course, being aided by his teammates, and I would say most likely, in my opinion, getting a bit more from his teammates than, say, healthcare, for instance. There's a couple of players that really need to stand up here in the crunch time rounds as we head into round number 10. Because now Order are on the verge of at least securing 1 point, and every point is so vital. That 1 point gets them from 5 to 6. Doesn't sound like a lot, but gets you out of the bottom 2 and gets you into 4th place.
Producer Boom on the clash in this round. First time we're seeing that operator brought to the table. So we'll have to track what impact that has in this round. It's looking like he might be playing around cool vibes. Deny that push, for example. And that could be a good position to play. Of course, if healthcare holds there as well, then that's a good cheeky duo that Order will need to duel against. Cutie on the entry, running the DMR. Maybe the first to encounter them, but he really just wants free passage below, create that vert, and not really get in too much trouble if you can avoid it.
Oh, it's a hold your breath sort of moment, especially if you're a fan of either of these two teams. Whenever it's a close back and forth game, these are the best ones to watch, especially on a map like Coastline where it can be so vastly different each round. And as you said, Cutie, big role to play here. Gemini, of course, going to get rid of that Sawyer gate. Order on the move, close to sight. Hajime just sitting in that smoke. Healthcare needs to go big again. Spec has taken a lot of damage though, so is Ippy Style. 1.5 remaining. Order looking to put the pressure on early.
Ippy Style, of course, has been the danger man. He's currently situated outside of the hookah balcony. If he activates, he could have a big impact in this round. Maybe team up with Cutie, try and clear this clash. Cutie can get the vert, and then maybe Ippy can find the pick, but they're not really working with one another at the moment. Instead, Ippy Style is sitting on a drone as Specker falls off screen. Effectively leaves it in the 4 versus 5. That said, Specker probably could be revived here. I don't think there's a threat of a C4 from below, and there isn't. They can reset now Order and exactly work out how they want to go about this execute. It's shaping up like it will be from the Aqua side, and maybe Ippy Style, he can swing in late from over towards hookah.
Still got a lot of flashes, 40 seconds left. Just not sure if that was a Hajime swing onto Spectre or if Spectre started to move forward. There's the E1D. Now they're going to push out. Hajime does eliminate Joker. Now, of course, remember, Spectre's very low. So if it does get messy here, he'll be one to go down quickly and does so. Producer with a double. Is eliminated, though, by Cutie. 2 versus 2 with 20 seconds left. But that's Diffuser down. And these two at Hookah are going to find it very tough to get onto site now. And Cutie's just going to have to send it in, hope and pray for the best. Like, Colas should not allow him to get past and does not. And we are tied once again here on Coastline.
The unfortunate thing really there for Order at the end of that round was they had the 3-man send from Aqua, but after even all of that action went past, Cutie and Itby was still stuck outside. Now, we didn't see exactly what they were contending with. Maybe there was someone holding the angle or utility, whatever the case may have been. But they should have timed that a lot better, because once you're left in that 2v2 and the attackers, the defenders rather, know where you're coming from, they could just reset, play behind that shield near Vars, shut you down, no response. So that was a little bit disappointing there from Order. Again, we don't know the full circumstances as to why it played out in that way, but nonetheless, it did not help them in winning that round. Blue bar, though.
Ooh.
You've seen it already. Played once. And by all marks, it really should have been an Order round. Came down to, I believe, healthcare, right?
Yeah.
It's just sitting in, some people call it Pengu, near that sauna door, behind the shield. Held on for dear life and won the round for his team. That really should have been an Order victory.
Well, I mean, you say that, but I think Healthcare did enough to warrant that actually as a QConfirm victory when you play that way. You're right, though, in the sense that Order could have done better, could have dealt with Healthcare a bit earlier to get onto site. And, well, I mean, not even really having to worry about getting on site. To plant, you kill him and you win the round. It was 3 versus 1 at the end. And Healthcare played that perfectly. And that's sort of the difference maker, I think, for these two teams. I go back to sort of our pre-match discussion. As I said, if Healthcare wasn't playing, I would not have tipped QConfirm. And I think right now we've seen enough to warrant that thought process, Gus, that if Healthcare wasn't playing, I think Order would have maybe won by now.
Maybe.
Well, maybe, yeah. We don't actually know, but hey, it's an assumption.
Yeah. I think we can both agree that he has had a very big impact despite his limited playtime here in APAC South. And we heard in the interview last play day that they seem happy with him being back onto the squad. And I guess that's why he got a second run tonight. So they're all happy in the QConfirm camp, at least for now. Like Colas roaming around, we'll head back towards lobby. Keen to see what Order are doing in this round. Where exactly are they looking to try and push this from? They need to be careful, of course, of Producer Boom. He's playing the Oryx. He'll be able to jump up those hatches and go for some flanks. If he hasn't been spotted and Order don't know where that threat is coming from, that could be very, very dangerous.
Well, even if he has been spotted, it's also about working out where is he going to come from at some point in the match. Where is he sort of set up and primed? He may have been spotted somewhere else on the map. Means that they at least can know it may come somewhere at some point, but then it's just a guessing game. Minute and a half, round 11. And what has probably been the quietest round of Coastline so far that we've had. Typically, around the minute and a half to 2 minute mark, we've seen these early engagements, especially when QConfirm were on the attack. Not too surprising to see Order take things a little slower. It's just the OCE way, but I think that plays into the hands of QConfirm. E1D is going to go out. Maybe Order will look to actually start to push in now at the minute left.
Yeah, I think they have an inkling that Roldini's over towards lobby. It's a little bit difficult to tell if they know. It felt like they were trying to get Vert on him, but looks like they forgot. Jack Daddy taken down, shot in the side of the head, and Joker is trying to refrag it, but again, they don't know where this player is positioned. He's deep in towards lobby, tucked in the corner, and he's going to be a difficult opponent to deal with.
This is rough. The winner of this round gets a point. It may not be match point, but there's a lot riding in this round. It also means that if you lose this round, you cannot secure all 3 points. It's not a possibility. Cutie, though, just gets sideswiped by Producer on the Oryx. He may even get a second one here. If he wants to be aggressive, he doesn't even need to be aggressive. Ippy style walks into his sightlines He has the diffuser. It gets pinged. Producer's got 3. And he puts the Oryx to good work. It's a 1 versus 5. It's only Joker. It's round lost. It's match point QConfirm.
Wow.
Operators, you have run out of
Oryx
time.
doesn't see a whole lot of play in the top tier of Rainbow Six. Maybe not even in matchmaking at all for really that matter, but in a couple of niche cases, he can be very, very useful. And we got a beautiful display there from Producer Boom as to why that can be the case. Quick tack pause, of course. Order will be the team taking it on this occasion, and it is often when you start to slip momentum that you will use that tack pause to try and reset.
Yeah, I mean, now's the time to use it, right? So that's 1 point secured for QConfirm. Order now no longer can get 3, but you win this, you secure 1 for yourself, and then you just fight out for that 1 extra point. And here's the thing as well, with how close this season is, 2 points is a hefty margin, guys. There's so much to fight for here for Order. But if Order lose this, they're going to lose some footing on the standings because you're giving 3 points then over to QConfirm, who go up to 9 points. And guess who plays after this? It's Giants and 7th Heaven. Both those two teams are on 5 points. So you're going to say, let's just say hypothetically, Giants win that. They're the expected team. They then go to 8 points. What that does is the top 4 is now minimum 8 points rather than as it is right now, 6 points, which is a 1 point differential. It makes it a lot harder, especially with only 2 player days to play, to then get into that top 4. So there is seasonal ramifications in this one particular round here for both of these teams. A lot on the line, and we head to kitchen service to duke it all out.
Attackers have discovered the location of the bomb.
Well, those are the stakes laid down onto the table, and it's going to come down to which team can play the best hand in this exact round. It's been a close contest between both of these teams so far, really trading blows throughout. Did Healthcare not finish the reinforcement?
I gotta go. I got somewhere
what are
to
they
be.
doing? Wait, what are they doing?
What?
So, Healthcare cancelled the reinforcement, then like Hollis went up to reinforcement and then probably realized he was doing it on the wrong side if that's where they want to place the default mirror. So that's a little bit of a weird calamity there in the prep phase. Maybe they don't want to actually reinforce it in the end. Maybe I'm reading into this too much. I don't know. Just felt like that played out a little bit strangely. You know, like Hollis has a black mirror in the pocket. So, yeah, a little bit weird there at the start of this round. But look, these teams know what they're doing. They know more than me.
And I think like we've been rightfully speaking about Healthcare and
Is he gonna
single-handedly won a few rounds. Yeah.
Okay, so he's crouching and placing the black mirror facing the opposite direction to what you would normally expect in a regular setup, and he's placed the deployable shield
As cover behind.
alongside the chassis to fortify that position. So this is actually really cool. I personally have not seen this before in action, so
I've done
I'm
it
very
before.
excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah, look. No comment.
Look, I was going to say that big shout out to Producer Boom. 14-3-8, big clutch round in the last one. But on top of the fact that it was Producer who had a monster game in Playday 4 against Giants. So to show up again, to go side by side with Healthcare. And as it was noted in the interview for Playday 4, the team just plays better with Healthcare in the lineup. They feel stronger as a unit, and they're showing that. Minute and a half in this round. All we've seen so far is a mirror placement, and that's about it, Gus. And I think you're still going on about it.
Yeah, can't shake that one out of my head, but going to need to. As on,
The attackers
not a lot has gone down in the frag department, as you quickly mentioned in one of the previous rounds. A lot of engagements have gone down early, but not in this round. Order have a foothold inside of Kitchen and also above in Aqua. They might play off that and transfer that into control of the lobby. Of course, they have those mirror windows to contend with. Both teams finding it tricky to contend with them throughout the evening, as the first lick of damage really is committed. Cutie above on the vert, desperately trying to find something, but Specker falls down. Maybe this round will fall apart for the attack.
It's a big loss. QConfirm solidifying their position here, looking to close this out, secure all 3 points. Would put them 9 points on the standings, and now the trades come out. 20 seconds left, but Order unfortunately falling one by one. Ippy Star was pretty big early on in this match and may have to do it again. Has 14, 2, and 8, but only 10 seconds left. Cutie looking to be the Robin to his Batman, but Ippy Star eliminated by Producer, who's the real Batman in this scenario. And that is going to be the Producer and Healthcare tag team effect in action to close out the round and the match. QConfirm. Too strong on Coastline in what ended up being a defensive Coastline. 7-5 victors, all 3 points secured, and most importantly, I win my tip over you guys, and we're going to be tied again at the end of the night.
Wow. A testament to how close this region really is. And as you mentioned, Producer Boob and Healthcare, huge, 15 and 12 respectively, put Order to sleep. And that again is just an exhibition on what Thai Siege is capable of.
Yeah, they had a very tough team to play as well. They didn't get your average opponent. Order, especially Ippy Star,